Imagine being given an almost impossible mission to build a huge boat capable of housing all species of animals without any modern technology. This was the task given to Noah, according to the Bible, at a time when there were no machines, advanced tools, or engineering knowledge as we know it today. How did he manage to accomplish this monumental feat? The secret behind this ancient story can teach us a lot about faith, determination, and creativity. The story of Noah, recorded in the Bible, transports us to a time when humanity was facing an unprecedented moral and spiritual crisis. In the midst of a corrupt and violent society, the figure of Noah emerges, a man of integrity who found favor with God. His story not only reveals the challenges of the period, but also highlights the relationship between faith, obedience, and purpose. The historical context of Noah's time helps us understand the magnitude of his mission and the impact of his actions on the preservation of life. Noah's time was marked by a profound disconnect between humanity and the Creator. Although people depended directly on nature for their survival, they exploited it without respect or gratitude, reflecting the moral degradation of the time. Rudimentary tools, orally transmitted knowledge, and a communal lifestyle defined daily dynamics. Even so, human advancement was overshadowed by violence and corruption, creating a hostile and unsustainable environment. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like so that YouTube can notify you that a new video has been released here on the channel. Noah stood out as a different man. In a world where most people lived in rebellion against God, he maintained a life of integrity and fear of the Creator. His choice to be responsible for building the ark was both a test of his faith and a monumental challenge. The precise instructions given by God required an extraordinary level of trust, perseverance, and skill. The construction of the ark, made of cypress wood and sealed with bitumen, not only reflects human ingenuity, but also symbolizes the cooperation between the divine and the human for a greater purpose. The historical context of Noah's time reveals to us a distant world, but with challenges that echo to this day. Amidst chaos and decadence, Noah stood out as an example of obedience and faith. His story reminds us that, even in times of darkness, it is possible to live with integrity and fulfill great missions when guided by a greater purpose. The ark he built was not only a means of physical salvation, but also an eternal symbol of renewal, covenant, and hope. God's instructions. The story of Noah reveals to us not only the grandeur of God's plan, but also the precision with which he works. In Genesis 6 verses 14 to 16, we find one of the most intriguing passages in the Bible, where God gives Noah detailed instructions for building the ark. These guidelines not only demonstrate divine wisdom, but also teach us important lessons about obedience, faith, and purpose. God left no room for doubt when directing Noah to build the ark. Every measurement and material had a meaning and a purpose. The ark was to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, numbers that, when translated into modern measurements, result in a gigantic structure, equivalent to a large ship. This magnitude was necessary to house Noah's family, animals of all species, and enough food to last through the flood. The gopher wood mentioned in the instructions is a mystery to this day, but it is believed to be a strong wood and ideal for the task. The tar coating, inside and out, was essential to waterproof the ark, ensuring its buoyancy and protection from turbulent waters. These details show that God not only planned the rescue, but also provided the means for its success. Furthermore, it is interesting to note the spiritual dimension of these instructions. Each step required unwavering faith from Noah. He was to follow God's orders without question, even when faced with such a monumental and seemingly absurd task for his time, since it had never rained before. The detailed instructions given to Noah show us that God is a God of order and planning. He not only gives a mission, but also empowers and guides those he chooses to carry it out. Like Noah, we are called to obey and trust God's plans, even when they seem challenging or incomprehensible. The story of the ark is a powerful reminder that by following his directions, we can weather any storm, secure in the knowledge that we are under his protection and care. Chapter 3. The Handiwork. Imagine the scene. Noah and his sons, immersed in the monumental task of building the ark. They were perhaps assisted by hired laborers, dedicating entire days to cutting down trees, transporting logs, and shaping each piece of the colossal vessel. Without modern conveniences like chainsaws or cranes, each step of the process was marked by physical effort and unwavering determination. The sweat and calloused hands were testament to fervent obedience to God, even in the face of the complexity and size of the mission. The tools available ***. In Noah's historical context, the tools available were rudimentary but ingenious. Made of stone, bronze, or wood, these tools included axes for cutting wood, chisels for shaping pieces, and primitive drills for creating holes. Although they may seem simple, these tools were sharp and robust enough to perform the required tasks, although the process was considerably slow and strenuous. Imagine Noah repeatedly sharpening a stone blade on a larger stone to ensure that the wood was cut accurately. Each stroke of the axe, each scrape of the chisel, was a tangible manifestation of faith and perseverance. The work, although arduous, was a direct expression of obedience to divine command. The methods of construction ***. The construction of the ark was undoubtedly a monumental undertaking. Given the engineering practices of the time, it is likely that Noah would have chosen a systematic and structured method. He could have divided the ark into sections, building each one separately, and then connecting them with beams and tenons. These joints were reinforced by ties made of natural fibers, such as hemp or flax. This type of technique was common in ancient construction and, although simple, was incredibly effective. The support beams would have been precisely cut to fit perfectly, forming the solid base of the ark. In addition, Noah and his helpers could have used inclined ramps to transport the logs of wood to the upper areas of the ark. Levers made of long logs and rudimentary pulley systems were essential for lifting and positioning heavier pieces. These methods, although primitive to modern eyes, were the fruit of a practical intelligence refined by necessity. Physical and emotional wear, and tier ***. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like so that YouTube notifies you that a new video has been released here on the channel. The work of building the ark was not only physically demanding, but also emotionally challenging. Noah faced constant ridicule from his contemporaries, who did not understand his obedience to God. As he shaped each piece of the ark, he had to deal with accumulated fatigue and the pressure of completing the project within God's deadline. This scenario highlights the delicate balance between human effort and divine trust. Every blow on the wood and every lever pulled was accompanied by a silent prayer, a cry for strength and resilience. The symbolism of manual labor ***. The physical effort involved in building the ark carries profound symbolism. It reflects the need for total dedication to the mission God entrusts to us, even when resources seem scarce and the work is strenuous. Noah's obedience is a reminder that God empowers those he calls. As Noah watched the ark take shape, he probably experienced a mix of emotions: gratitude for divine guidance, exhaustion from hard work, and hope that his obedience would result in the promised salvation. Lessons for today ***. Noah's work is an inspiring example for our contemporary life. Like him, we are often called to undertake tasks that seem impossible to human eyes. Whether in our professional, family, or spiritual lives, the lessons from Noah's manual labor teach us to 1. Value constant effort ***. Every step, no matter how small, brings us closer to the goal. 2. Trust in God ***. Just as Noah trusted in the divine plan, we are called to believe that God is present in every detail. 3. Persist in the face of difficulties ***. Criticism and challenges should be seen as opportunities to strengthen our faith and resilience. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like so that YouTube notifies you that a new video has been released here on the channel. Noah's manual labor in building the ark is much more than a historical narrative. It is a testament to faith, effort, and obedience. With simple tools and ingenious methods, he teaches us that when God gives us a mission, he also equips us with the means to fulfill it. Even in the midst of fatigue and adversity, each blow toward the fulfillment of God's will is a celebration of our faith and the greater purpose that guides us.